Alright, good. Now the chat window actually agrees to show something, so now we can start proper. So new game, and it at least appears very stylish. So let's see how is the style over substance, or do we have actually also a good game in addition to the very stylish approach. This was apparently quite a weighted title when it came out earlier this year. We will also see how bad performance we get, because the game is really new and tested mostly like it starts. Yes, so we are good to go. So let's see how that goes. But indeed, here we have the starting screen proper to choose the kind of breed of thing which have a bit different effects on the statistics. So let's start out. And indeed, welcome to the stream, and we'll see what we make out of the game today. So we have like different styles of critters, and mostly this is amusing because it especially says that form and appearance has dominated over function, so it's kind of like more intellect, but less apparently everything else. And then we have the kind of fox-like one, which probably would be the one we choose. Then we get to also choose kind of like apparently the more charismatic one has a smaller head, which is kind of questionable. Like, does the smaller head mean that we have also more charisma? Kind of unsure. It's interesting. You move that towards charisma and the head gets smaller. What? Like, would smaller head mean more charisma? In turn, strength kind of changes in different way. Like, yes, the body gets bigger, but the head also has different shape. Agility in turn again alters head shape in interesting way. Interestingly, vitality gives like the best overall balance. Like, if you move the slider towards vitality, you get probably the best balance of the visual traits. Interesting. Like, yes, it certainly has interesting way to define the overall character appearance, would say. So let's keep this probably rather like somewhat towards vitality corner, so that it has a quite balanced looks overall, as it appears that other statistics remain quite in the same around 25, so there are not that deep drops in the overall statistics. Farther drops by 1%, but kind of in turn do not think there is any specific purpose to move this more towards charisma, so probably keep this setting this time and see if this turns out to be a major issue to choose differently. So let's keep it here and put spacebar to confirm, and then we can choose like resistance. Alright, which probably, of course, yes, it lowers resistance in other directions. So probably if we set resistance a bit more towards heat and biohazard, totally a guess, as we do not know what actually would be like the most encountered. Like, there is no systemic knowledge about the most encountered hazard types in the world, so it's kind of plain outright guess, but let's try that. Right, and let's keep that and push confirm. Customize fur. That sounds promising. Alright, it actually gives quite a few fur options, like mostly white, stripes, mostly orange, different stripes, kind of like patches around eyes, asymmetric. Alright, what fur pattern would be to our preference? Rather like some white on the head for... Actually rather like the stripes. It's pretty stylish. Alright, let's go with the... This could also be pretty nice. Is there any difference like behind? It's also like ears and then the back of the head. Let's see which looks most stylish for the back of the head. This looks pretty nice. Which one was this from the front? Alright, this was the mostly orange. Actually, do prefer this. Let's go with that. Primary color, alright. Quite like very furry colors, like how about elegant lime green or blue. Like most of the color wheel is very stereotypically furry colors, kind of like really strong color choices. The green fur looks also quite extreme. Do you think the kind of orange slash russet is quite nice? Or the purple is kind of maybe excessively intense. Kind of a dusky color also could be nice. It's quite narrow band that has like all the typical like realistic fur colors. So let's go somewhere here.
Choose your detail color.
Secondary color, alright. Let's see, it's then like the white, yes. We can also tint the white. Quite rough combinations are possible. Probably would prefer like kind of natural off white, so it's a bit yellowish would say. So somewhere here looks pretty nice. Alright. Right.
Pick a plus commander, Deadeye.
And then we have
Commander,
the various classes. Let's see. Right. Rogue.
Commando.
Then we have some kind of special abilities. Psionic, yeah.
Saboteur.
Saboteur sounds kind of.
Sentinel.
Sentinel, alright.
Commando. Deadeye. Commando. Deadeye. Commando.
Kind of like which one looks least difficult. This increases toughness.
Cypher. Commando.
Ranged weapon attacks inflict 10% more damage. And here we have like ranged weapons are reloaded instantly. Right.
Commando. Cypher.
And here we had some special abilities.
Sentinel.
Base armor is increased by 10.
Commando.
Let's try with the commando. Sounds impressive. Alright. Looks good for like jungle warfare, would say. Alright, having set everything up, ready to start, of course.
Good choice.
Alright, yes.
Here's somebody with a troubled past, drawn into
Move forward. Wow, it moves pretty fast. Alright, and succeeded at jumping. Good.
We're already at a crossroads. Choosing a path in life is that fork in the road where you make a choice or simply stop living.
Alright, crossroads, and then
But for you,
there is not
it's not only a crossroad,
specific.
choice,
Alright.
a reflection of your key, the primal energy that flows through everything.
Alright, this also has some kind of like, yes, you shall choose your path. Alright. It is kind of, some games really put weight in the kind of like, you have to make a more or less like value statement with the choice, so it's kind of often somewhat confusing having to choose. Then you can of course play again and choose the other way, so let's choose light and see what happens.
Let me introduce myself. I'm the light and bright side of you. Or your
Right,
choice,
so
precise, an echo of balance and consequence
we have like
formations as
somebody
you
who
move forward.
complains probably about what we do. Right.
Like you're being light-headed, if you ask me, but you'll come around.
And of course then we have the darker critter, so this is kind of like in faintly remember in some games.
But what comes around goes all.
In your nature, and here I was hoping we'd be all about
Natural selection is all about evolution and.
Somewhat light. Sounds about right.
Right is always right.
This moves like surprisingly fast.
Stories
Right.
of death and the bodies left behind. A reminder that we're at the mercy of nature and the one that preys on others.
Alright, that's very creatively named.
Do you remember the
quest,
beast
Meat
that
Eater's
shadowed
Meat.
your family, or did you choose to forget? You turned your back on our world and got lost in your own. Meanwhile, the predator only grew stronger.
Alright, yeah. This doesn't look very promising. Like immediately getting raided by some very large thing. Alright. This is quite quick introduction to every control at once. So I should also put you to do something fancy. Like defend, protect, whatever. Like at the right time or something. Yep, we can actually, like, alright, alternative something apparently, like push alt and right button, alright, dodge melee, yep, and then we also have like, alright, that looks effective. And the amount of buttons was so many in such a short combat that maybe remembered even one of them. Alright, that was quick escape. Like having learned about 10 different ways to push alt. Push alt and push something, and then you get fancily named attack number 5 or thereabouts.
This time it was best to run and live to fight another day. Let us hope you're ready for it when it comes. The predator isn't the only threat. The wildlife started to mutate when the end of days began. And the
Alright,
tree of life
it looks
started
like
to
this
die.
game has bats, or at least something that hangs there, and it doesn't seem very promising. Aim the camera towards an enemy to target them with ranged attacks. Yes. Reload. R. Alright. Alright, and we need, of course, energy for various things. Alright, and then if we would shoot even like so that we hit things. Like melee them or something, at least it looks fancy. Even better if knew what was doing, but did we still have rats remaining? Nope, so at least we succeeded with those. Mostly by spamming the melee button. Well, it's a way forward. Looks a bit like the quality of asphalt in Mud Runner. Oh, there would be a nice desk. It's a bit worn, but Can we make something out of it? Apparently not. Alright, open door. Keep going. Alright. Examine the ammo box. Alright, we found electric module. Alright. You found a weapon special effect add-on. Does it add only like visual effects, or attach it to your ranged weapon to give it an extra damage type for as long as the ammo lasts? Some enemies have resistance or weakness to different weapon special effects. Right. Alright, it's even decent quality and electric crackling. That sounds like convincingly electric. Ah, no problem, Kisu. It's good to see you. Welcome to the stream. Always nice to see you around. So no problem at all. So let's see, we found the extra module for the weapon, so let's see how to tune it to use it then. Equip, scrap, pick up. Alright, let's pick it up. 1. Right, let's hold 1. Right, apparently we are now then using also, at least it looks electric, yes. Clearly we are then shooting more electric. Right, medikit. Alright. Your health doesn't automatically regenerate in combat. You have to use consumables or find other ways to heal. Right. We found like apparently a bandage, but it regenerates 50 health, so it's quite effective. And we can even rotate it at will, like a lot like you can rotate the bait in the fishing simulator. Good, let's pick it up then. We have like quick select menu. Yeah, we can see it, yes. So we can heal from there. Alright, there was extra door. Let's check this out first. Alright, the nice mattress. And looks like someone's toilet. Alright, we found something that regenerates energy from the toilet. Probably like ES energy drink or whatever. Alright. And small health pack also from the toilet. That sounds like... Of course you check the toilet out, clearly. Can we also, like, considering our relative size, can we also like drink from the toilet? Apparently not. But would be like relative size and kind of like animal looks would be logical to also have the ability to drink from the toilet. In that respect, would think. Apparently not. But there was a lot of stuff in the toilet. So let's continue playing. Right, and there was not much else to find apparently here. No, this was the way we came, and there doesn't seem to be other secrets here, so now we climb the chain. Yes, Alright, it climbs automatically. There we go. Looks like we reached surface. At least it's more windy.
The oil sludges everywhere. To most, it only means death. But some have adapted to the
Right,
new
and we
environment.
immediately have some kind of opponents. Alright, press Q, yeah. Typically, exactly the problem with this kind of games. Get confused. Alright, that at least expired.
Running low.
Can we like shoot through the corpse? Apparently. Right. Health regen 200, so this is like four times better than the bandage. And it's like piece of candy. Alright. Whatever the small animals heal with. Clearly like Fennecs and such. Not totally surprised that they would heal exactly by feeding them candy. Alright, did we loot everything? Seems so. Then we have kind of like toxicity warnings here, so most probably not going to the area with the toxicity warning. And anyway, the paw print guidance. Explore the sludge ruin. Alright. The guidance also points towards the ruin, so let's next explore the ruin. Oh, hello Berg! Thank you for the raid! Waves to all of you! Thank you for the raid, really appreciated. Ah, Manchu Wolf did the raid, so thank you. And indeed, welcome all the raiders. Oh, thank you, Manchu. Certainly appreciate the positive comments. So welcome all, and hopefully you enjoy. We are playing Biomutant the first time and haven't practiced it at all before the stream. So created the critter, and we have been now playing the first time. Indeed, greetings you also, Berg. Get a wave separately. Thank you for the greetings, and greetings to you as well. So indeed, welcome all, and hopefully you enjoy. Let's does save game like allow saving for backup or only? Right, so we have saved here, which makes it of course easier to load the game. Now we can probably explore the ruins. So let's open the door and immediately end up fighting. Ouch! Right, we again have like some huge critter causing trouble. should like remember to push about every button. Ouch.
You're hurt bad.
Most probably not this way. Kind of confused. It would be nice if could at least see where I'm shooting. There we go. Right, that at least deals with the large critter. Let's heal here. And then we have the small critter. Right. That finished them off. And we even survived despite the little bit confused fighting. Still trying to learn to aim, because the aim point is kind of like hard to make out at times. Ah, Pokemon game. Very nice. Have been watching sometimes the new Pokemon games, but mostly played only the original Game Boy ones long ago somewhat. Otherwise do not have much experience oneself. Only at times watched them being streamed. Right, and then we are told to open the door, which hopefully doesn't result in even more. Alright, and we have more toxic sludge here, so let's not go there. Can we like do anything with the barrels ourselves? Yes, and that would not be the best idea. They are explosive, so let's not shoot at them. Fortunately our little guy is clearly very durable like in that respect. Very good. Let's open the door. And immediately concerned about like getting attacked. Right, nothing came our way, at least yet. Open the door. Is there anything to find here? Nope. Not really. Let's save here, as we have even survived a bit longer. There we go. Yeah, I used to have a Game Boy also in the period for at times. It was pretty expensive, so unfortunately didn't have one for very long, but had a black and white, the original Game Boy in yellow, with yellow casing, so the slightly later special edition one at one point in the period also. It was very nice. Certainly got popularity in school, would say, if you had like a gaming device back then. So certainly it was really desired, of course, back then. We have saved game, so let's return and continue playing. So let's open the door. And immediately try to be fancy, like bounce out with the dodge, so we won't be getting hit immediately. Explore the tunnel. Somehow a toxanol tunnel tool doesn't... Yep. You need to break the shield with melee attacks before you can damage to the enemy. Alright. Right, so let's try then, like, try to fight at least. It indeed has a really big shield, like a car door. At least the car door broke. Would be nice again if saw where was shooting. Good. Ouch. Gets rid of them. And we found different kind of candy, like for healing. Alright. Doesn't surprise me. This type must be a fennec or such, because they are small, have big ears, are faced, and you heal them with candy. Clearly has to be a fennec. And we have more opponents. Unsure if I want to stand next to the barrels, because they explode. So let's retreat a bit and keep shooting. There we go. And then we have the other guy somewhere. Alright, level up. Defeating enemies and completing quests will give you XP. Leveling up allows you to raise one of your attributes by 10. You'll also get 1 point that you can use to unlock skills in the Wang Fu and Perks menus. Alright. Level 2. Let's first loot the enemies. So again, like candy. Let's pick it up, and did also the third opponent leave anything of use? Not sure. So let's save here. There we go. And then see the tab menu, like level up. There's the character menu. Here we can increase a statistic by 10. Yeah, hello there, Priareos. Great to see you. The environs appear approvable. That would be true. It is kind of probably the overall style of this game is very elegant. It has a lot of design effort clearly gone to it. So as noted in the description of the stream, whether only style or also substance. So also hello Priareos and welcome to the stream. Great to see you again. So we have been doing about 40 minutes, so we still have at least 45 minutes more of gaming to come, if doing the usual 1.5 hours, possibly more tonight. We'll see how we get along with the game, so there should be still a good amount of time left in the stream. So how has all of your evening been otherwise? Hopefully doing well. Right, vitality, it's already our best statistic, so we are not adding that. Luck is of course a bit low, but do think it might be very useful to increase like strength at this point, because we seem to be also using the melee quite a bit. So let's add strength, strong, and then close combat, ranged combat. Let's see what ranged combat gives us. A special attack. Might try guns, automatic rifles, yes. Like, what kind of weapon do we even have now? Is it a gun or automatic rifle? Don't think it's terribly automatic. Let's choose guns, and then we have like input sequences for these all. Great. Knee slide and shoot in the direction of input. Finish your melee chain by fan-firing your gun. Input sequence, alt, right button, left button. This is pretty much like a fighting game, so I would say that not the easiest thing ever. Rapidly fire a burst of bullets after double jumping. Alright, requires double jump and then fire. cannot afford. That was easy. Shoot with the currently equipped weapon. That's not the most difficult attack ever, so let's choose that. Actually, those 3 we have already unlocked, so we have to choose this. You can now perform a special attack. Indeed, Alt right button, left button. Very simple. Dual wield guns. That's also nice. We can in the future unlock dual wielding. Once you have more upgrade points, remember to spend them on perks and special attacks. Yes, it would seem we are done. So let's save again now that we have done the leveling and continue. Examine the door. Is there anything to find in this direction? There's a different door, but we can't apparently open that one. So let's look at the door that the game is instructing us to look at. Ah, Titan Quest. Very nice. Yeah, the commando is kind of doing more or less something thereabouts that it's would be kind of like tank slash damage dealer type, the commando. So that would be quite logical conclusion. Would also agree, Kisu. All right, let's open the door.
Look, an emergency box from the one.
Emergency box. Yeah, there's like emergency crowbar. Wow, that looked really old world claw bar. Yes, we found like we are still using the knife. Let's see, can we then from the like the tab menu use the claw bar? Right, so this apparently equips like what, hats or something. Let's see from menu if we push 1. We don't either get the crowbar apparently here. Here we have like ammunition, and here we have the knife only. Alright, so let's go with that. Would like to use the crowbar or claw bar. It looked impressive. Right, let's move out. Is there anything here? Nope. There's something here though. We are not currently wanting to probably wander that far, so let's move to examine this door.
That pipe looks weak. The claw bar should come
Alright,
in
let's
handy.
try the pipe. So what do we need to do to try it? Alright, this uses the crowbar. Ah, we have to click strong to generate force.
Whoa.
Alright, down the pipe we go.
It's time to find a way out of this place. No, really, I mean it.
Right, we came from the pipe. Double jump. Right, this clearly would need a double jump, so right, we quite didn't make it, but apparently the game agreed that we made it well enough, though we landed a bit in the sludge. Right, pretty green here, like some fungi and everything around.
Produce biomatter in their
And again, we shall fight,
blobs that affect the cellular coding strands of any living
and at least
being
try
at
to
all,
aim,
including you.
which makes things nicer. Right.
One at half his health.
Alright, would be good to also heal here.
Feeling so much better.
Alright, meleeed them out. Alright, these are points used to unlock mutations. Yeah, we defeated those, so we got... Ah, hello! Hello, Notbox Fox. Great to see you. So apparently, when tried to use the crowbar, it was altogether only like... Ah, Foxy, that's nice. But indeed, great to see you, and you also, of course, get a wave. Welcome, and we are playing Biomutant tonight, and have been actually making it further pretty nicely this far. So let's see. You can unlock special powers at any time by accessing the mutation part of the menu. Alright. So it's probably the tab menu. Yes, let's see what we can have there. Alright. Biogenetics, so you can have all kinds of confusing abilities for very many points. And also psi powers, and we can upgrade resistance, which is also pretty nice, like upgrade resistance. Let's for now, considering the quite expensive special abilities, leave those to be and move on. Right, is there anything Anything here? There's like a chain link fence with something behind, but it doesn't seem that we can really open it. Right. No, it doesn't seem like we can do much about it. Right, let's move on. Climb the chain. Right, new door. And a different door, like a bigger, fancier one. And still further door. All the doors. Old world knowledge.
Toxanol built vessels called arks to save themselves from the impending doom. But was it too late? It is only from
Right, so as usual, like inherit the Earth. Apparently the corporate guys left the Earth with the spaceship, which doesn't look very surprising for this kind of game. Like, yep, inherit the Earth indeed. Right, then we have like a recorder. Rotate the nodes so that the colors match each other. Alright, so it looks like a tape machine, but actually we have three thingies here. Alright. Rocket League, also kind of like, that's a very competitive game to say the least. Yeah, Biomutant does have also puzzles in it. Yes, it's kind of like overall adventure game. Alright, let's see if we can solve the rotation puzzle. So we move this way, and then we have to rotate so that the colors match. Now that if we would understand like what exactly colors matching means, like, alright, does it have to match like to the indicators? So this is exactly the wrong way. There we go. Right. This matches. And this needs to turn only one step. Yes. That was quite easy to solve, actually. Of course, the first puzzle, if this would be like the older adventure games, you couldn't solve it at all.
Apocalypse eons ago, but it's clear the world wasn't prepared for how recklessly the Toxanol Corporation would make its mark on the world. Their rare earth mining and nuclear industries generated tons of waste, and without consideration for the future, they dumped it all in landfills until they ran
And
out of
as
space.
usual, there's
That's when they
corporate
made a
problems.
big mistake. They began dumping the toxic waste in the surf just off the coast instead, assuming that it would sink and decay with time. And they were right. But no one was prepared for what was about to unfold. Once in the surf, the radiation interfered with the genetics of the wildlife and created bizarre mutations in their offspring. It had an inconceivable impact on biodiversity and the entire ecosystem. The world as they knew it crumbled as nature retaliated.
Alright,
It would never
so
be the same again.
for once,
What
like the
remained
kind of trouble that
became
you do not
rivals.
run out of resources as such, but more of like nature becomes ungovernable, as it's nowadays trendy to say. Also unsure how exactly this thing produces a video display, because it is clearly a audio recorder. It has the head block and it has no projection head. It's actually like, it has kind of a lens on top, but the machine itself is clearly a tape machine. It has the head block and everything in the right place. It's not a projector. So otherwise, yes. Alright. Though not a projector. Let's continue. We look very stylish here in the light. Light would say, like them small critters. Right, so we know that usual corporate problems led to more problems. There would be nice pile of books if this would be Darkest Dungeon. We would read those and gain a negative trait on the average. Right. Let's save. Has been a while. No, we do not load game. We save game, please. There we go. Right.
Spark metal going pew pew is never a good thing. It's coming from behind that door.
There clearly is a fight behind that door.
A warning label. The box looks like a potential brain melt.
Yeah, warning label. And surprisingly,
It's going to take a bit of puzzling to short-circuit the door.
right, this isn't the most difficult puzzle either, because it's like we simply have to rotate this once. There we go.
There you go.
That wasn't the most difficult puzzle, fortunately, like. Alright. Yeah, pre-arrays, that would be actually very advanced comparatively for that kind of machine, because the problem is that's a linear head block, and linear head block can't read video typically because it doesn't have sufficient tape speed for that kind of bandwidth, but otherwise that would be logical, because the head block is clearly linear. It has flat tape path rather than helical scan one. But yes, that's of course beyond the point.
One is outnumbered. You'd better help him out.
Alright, we do have like opponents, and this guy with a wheelchair. So let's try to shoot the others, because I think the guy in the wheelchair would be nicer. And he has a shotgun. Alright, we are gradually making hay with them. Would be nice if rotating the view is like the most. Alright, let's scavenge first. And again we found like candy to restore health. Alright. Tuning the car looks. With the Rocket League also, Kisu. Do you also there only tune the car looks, or how? Alright, that's of course not the main part of the game, have understood, but certainly it's nice to have a good looking car. Alright, let's pick up candy. Alright, this guy had nothing. This guy has energy pack small. Alright. Energy pack, you say? Yes. And also different kind of candy. Apparently, fortunately, the dentures of these small critters can take, maintaining their health by sufficient consumption of candy. Alright. Let's talk with Mr.
He wants to thank you for taking his side
guy in a
against the scavengers.
wheelchair.
He sounds familiar. You just can't figure out why. He doesn't
He
seem
has like
surprised
nice
that you don't recognize
red
him.
coat
You were
and
just a
everything.
child back then, the night everything changed. There have been rumors of a one-eyed Ronin seen outside the
Alright,
Great Wall.
rumors of us already.
The legend of the one-eyed child that grew up as an outcast. The child could have been anyone, but the evil it had fled. There's no doubt you're the child.
It's kind of ironic that he's named out of date.
Your Muma and Popsy was the beginning of the end. He says it has taken you a long time to bring the past back up to the present. It was after the attack that the unity fell apart. Your
Alright,
Muma's
yes,
disciples
there's some
divided.
divisiveness
Four
going on
tribes
apparently.
took the action. Had it not been for the Tree of Life, no one would have survived. He hopes you at least remember.
Alright, do we remember? At least we remember White. Alright. At least we appear different. Talked to Best before, yes. This game clearly has kind of... Yeah, Mr. Best before is apparently out of date, young. And he
Asks
looks
if
much
you were
more
tired,
dashing.
as it's a bit of a hike here from the village. He wonders if your Muma knows you are here.
Hope we told her.
You're such a good child, so you probably did. He understands why you came all the way out here. The potato people, or Nono, are a wonder, somehow interlinked with this little tree here, fueling its source of life.
I wonder, alright. Potato people sounds more convincing, as we know many things by their color tend to be called potats, so...
The Nono prefer to hide in glitter grass. He says you should get over there.
Alright, see if you can make one come out of hiding. Alright, Mr. Rat. Let's ruffle the grass then. So how do we ruffle the grass? Alright, that at least did something.
Proud. They don't come out for everyone. The small tree you saw up there where you met will eventually grow into a tree of life and start giving back to you. Need to support the tree for a long time to come. The only way it'll grow tall is with the burst of ki released from the Nono.
Alright, so this is the tree of life earlier on.
But asks you to be gentle. The Nono are sensitive beings, an embodiment of ki, the primal energy.
And then we have to catch it with the net, apparently. Which kind of reminds one of the fishing net. Alright. That didn't look very gentle, but...
You've never done anything else.
Oh well. Asks to be gentle and then we pretty much whack with all force we have.
But today, your focus is getting...
Alright, and then we move apparently to the temple thingy or something. And alright, interact with the tree. Alright, that grew quick.
Now that you've seen the Nono's connection with the tree with your own eyes,
You have no reason to doubt. Alright. At least we whacked with the net.
From this day on, he'll make nurturing the Pensai into a tree. One day, the land won't be as peaceful. Not even your Muma. He says you'd better hurry back to the village before your Muma comes looking.
Shouldn't make her worry. Alright.
No, she's got lots on her mind and needs rest after the raid last night.
Yeah, we had a raid also last night. Alright, so we remembered White and Mr. Out of Date was back then Mr. Best before. This kind of, would say, rough humor.
For a while, but no memory is alone. It's part of a trail you can follow. He says he remembers every single day he devoted to growing the tree of life, but now he's afraid it might be in vain.
Kind of unsure why the game refers to the ones we are speaking with in kind of second or third person. That let's learn more then.
Occurred after the apocalypse, the Toxinol Corporation inflicted.
Alright, we learn more about the map apparently.
His friend Gizmo is working on a Mecton, and needs help defeating the Jumbo Puff at the end of the West Route. Wiz is still repairing his octopod to confront the Merc Puff that dwells deep down under the surface at the end of the Northwest
There seem to
Route.
be many kinds of things needed as usual, like everyone needs something.
And is preparing to take on the Hoof Puff at the end of the East Route. Finally, Goop is almost done with the Goo Glide, a machine able to ride the waves of the surf.
Alright, so everyone clearly needs something in this respect.
Out of Date says his friends are gearing up to stop the World Eaters. There's one at the end of... The road ahead won't be easy, but he's counting on your support. His friends aren't strong enough to end this on their... He wants you to understand that you'll all die if the tree isn't... Regardless, you'll meet again once you've played your part in the tribe war and the situation with the World Eaters.
Alright, and then we get the abnormal rarity rod net, which we also used in the memory to whack at the glowy thingy. So very limited main quest scope, fate of the world. So right, we can't apparently talk anymore with yeah, Fonzie. That would be good approximation of Mr. Young out of date. Fonzie would be actually very good approximation with the leather jacket and everything. Yes. Alright, we actually can't save game currently, so let's continue playing.
You're getting the hang of it. Quickest way out is through the roof where they came in, and the rope looks strong enough to climb.
Rope looks strong enough. Is there anything else to find? Apparently not. Shall we climb? Alright, we made it out of the bunker.
Know that the Tree of Life is dying. Its days are numbered. Without help, it can't endure the environmental change and assault from the World Eaters.
Alright, and then we again get the name of the game shown for a while. Apparently that's kind of a loading screen. Yes. So we get kind of like opening credits apparently here. Alright, we can also run at speed.
A signpost maps it out for the cartographically challenged. Let's see.
Alright, we unlocked the signpost, so we can fast travel to those. That's good to know. And map can be opened with M. Alright. Wide lands indeed. Pretty nice looking map system overall. The map looks quite nice, and in general the game is very nice and dynamic movement wise, so at least this far wouldn't say it's only style. It has got also this far quite nice amount of substance gameplay wise, though the plot appears kind of as stereotypical as you can nowadays, like environmental issues lead to problems, so it's kind of like the most stereotypic plot material you can have for now, but it's what it is. At least it's very stylish to run. Alright. That doesn't look very promising.
That must be the world eater that
Village wreck. Would think the village is a wreck after that thing went there. David Shaw Parker, so that's the nature documentary like narrator. Nice waterfall and all. Alright, we clearly can't do too well in the water. There's something behind the waterfall though, so it could be interesting, but it might be hard to reach because we can't totally drive in the water. Alright, so let's check out the pointer.
A survivor.
Village wreck.
Someone made it out
Yeah.
alive.
Alright, there's a survivor. The village indeed looks kind of not very good.
He's heard the stories about the terror inflicted by the world eaters to other enclaves, but never expected.
Your inner balance. Alright, so apparently there's like coming up kind of a value statement choice as there is explanation.
He worries there won't be much left to save if this continues, even if the Tree of Life survives the attack. He doesn't know what your connection is to this place, but something tells him you've stayed true to your... Anyway, he needs help and says it's by your actions you'll be judged, not by your intentions.
Alright, let's try and help.
He's grateful for that. You still seem to have a...
So what shall we do in addition to...
That's a spark of light in you!
Alright, we like the light, at least it looks.
What's there to like about light?
Not as much as it
And
hurts,
then
look at you.
dark again complains.
And you're always trying to pretend it's...
Somehow these two are kind of reminds one of black and white or something. The old games that had value statement choices. Right, C point.
There's out of date again. He must have missed something important.
Alright, and there's out of date again.
Out of date says you will make a better stand against the world eaters with the support of a tribe.
Alright, there are two tribes nearby.
The Myriad tribe is likely to be a good match as they act on the understanding. Regardless of who you choose, it won't be easy, as the conflict between the tribes is
Alright, and
worse than ever.
unsurprisingly the tribes are also warring, so...
The Myriad's conviction to stop the World Eaters began when the Leviathans rose from the depths of the surf.
Alright.
Siding with the Myriad's movement for wholeness in a fragmented world might seem like the
Is it
logical
the right
to do,
thing? This is
but
exactly the kind of game that always
one thing's certain,
kind of questions
destiny arrives
valuation of
always.
values.
The Jagni tribe
Then we had
never
the other
one
tribe.
conviction. to bring balance to the world.
Right, wipe out the
wiping
weak,
the
which is
weak.
also
They believe a
probably
cleansing is necessary
kind of
to restore the world and want
logical.
to let the world eaters bring down the tree of life. But siding with Jackney isn't necessarily a bad thing. Fate will
It's not
find a way.
necessarily a bad thing. This is exactly the kind of
Out of Date says someone needs to break the stalemate and shift the balance of power to either Jackney's or Miriam.
and of course the single reader will shift.
Especially will listen to you and expect you to pay at least one of them a visit.
Yeah,
and play
pay
your
at least
part.
one of them visit.
Out of Date will be waiting for you beneath the tree of life if you lose track of what you need to do.
Alright. Here we clearly have the quests to do something about the tribes. But what did we need to do to the Kaivu, like needed something
Another
done?
fork in the road. It's either the tunnel or the motor bridge. What'll it be?
Alright. Kind of like the motorway bridge, more style-wise, so let's try going there next. Alright, Kisu. Do you think we are anyway playing like the usual, maybe 1.5 hours, 1 hour 45 minutes, so we will of course, when you are going to sleep, we are going to wish you a good night then, so just mention when you are going to sleep. Hopefully you have been enjoying watching the game this far, and this will also probably be a regular feature in the future. The movement and the fighting is nicely dynamic, so most probably will be keeping this game as a regular one also. So should be a regular feature. Good to hear, Priareos, that you also like the game this far. The plot is kind of, would say, a bit too stereotypical in some respects, but that's not too unusual. The game is dynamic and nice to play in, especially the sense of movement, so in that sense would like it. Do like the motorway bridge like more, most probably this time, so let's...
Just get over it.
It's a bridge, just get over it. Trying, it's a bit broken. Alright, and are these opponents? Apparently not.
They've destroyed this area, muddied up what used to be muck, as if it wasn't bad enough.
Alright.
before the tribe war began.
This was apparently some kind of trench.
That's the Jackney tribe's fort. Their friendship can be a blessing or a curse. It's up to you. You're either a part of their solution to the tribe war.
Alright, so this is the... which fortress we actually succeeded approaching. So this would apparently be the... alright, so it depends which tribe you end with, which way you take, so... Alright. Somehow tribe that intends to eliminate the weak doesn't seem like optimal solution, but it's like the game at least claims that you can finish it either way, so let's at least put the fast travel marker here.
Let's see.
Right, and let's also visit the other one, so we have fast travel markers for both. At least they have plenty of trenches. It's really stylish and dynamic to run along the motorway, especially with the setting sun and everything. It's very stylish. Right, we are here, so we need to turn slightly, like so. Which way do we need to take to get to the other tribal headquarters?
Better beware, that's a mump up ahead. They were hit hard by evolution. The wonky ones especially.
Wonky ones especially. Alright. This is quite powerful enemy. Most probably not very interested in fighting them right now, so let's keep running. Right, let's see where we do need to end up. We are going in pretty much the right direction to reach the other tribe. Alright, that's also rather surprising animal.
Down to half your health.
Alright, that was confusing. Would think this would be then the autosave we want to continue from. The overall difficulty of the enemies on the main map proper is quite a bit higher. Alright. We are not even that far away. Yeah, here we had these things, and let's see if we just keep running. Alright. Not quite as interested in fighting everything immediately, as clearly we would need either more skill or better weapon, because just like get defeated outright after
That's the
a
myriad
bit.
tribe's fortress. Will they be friends or foe? You should
Alright,
go
let's
there.
visit their
That way you'll
fortress
know.
first. At least find the tribe that tries to seek balance better than one that tries to seek balance by getting rid of the weak, which of course is also a logical proposition, but alright, let's mark the waypoint, which is kind of very clearly marking the waypoint. You mark it with meters or feet. Yeah, as we remember, how many paws tall are you? Indeed. Alright, let's go and speak with the tribe here, and then probably see for today who we can raid. So let's save here. Alright, we have saved, and then let's see what our good tribal leader here
It's a beaten path
says.
to that door. If you go there, you'd better make an
If you
entrance.
go there, you better make an entrance. How do we make an
They're
entrance?
wary of strangers. They're at war. Figures the Sifu would be interested.
Alright, that was easy. Like, just ask about the leader. And now we look fancy in the hall. Again, kind of anticlimactic. Apparently all the remaining critters pretty much are very small ones. Kind of expected like a much bigger.
Act on understanding of the greater good and a code of honor. They believe
Uniting the tribes sounds like a good goal, but is that even possible?
The Sifu is convinced that defeating the World Eaters and saving the Tree of Life is the only way to make the world a better place. He welcomes you to the Myriad Fort and introduces himself as the tribe's seat.
Yes.
But he was hoping you'd show up. The news of a vigilante Ronin on crusade crossing the Great Wall through the crack in Bunker 101 has preceded you.
Alright, we have clearly had a reputation.
The wall that separates them from the other side? The wasteland you came from? He guesses the time spent there just left a blank space in your memory, as empty and barren as the wasteland itself.
Alright.
There's something about your spirit that sparks memories of you as a kidling. He can still sense you're kind-hearted. The Sifu says sometimes one memory can make another come to life. He hasn't thought about your Muma for ages, even though she taught him a lot.
Interesting. So our
Your Muma
parents were
invented
apparently
Kung
invented Wung Fu,
consisted
so of
of
course we are
armed
again very
combat with 6
important
weapons,
family.
The boomerang, the shuriken, the bow, the staff, the
Alright,
nunchuck,
and all of
and the
these are like
crochet.
classical weapons. No automatic
Myriad wants
rifle
unity
mentioned.
between the tribes. Their goal is understanding of the group. If you believe there's some good in everyone, there's still hope for tomorrow. You'll unite the tribes and defeat the World Eaters to save the Tree of Life.
Alright, so there's actually like at this point there's a game modifying decision that we choose standing, and we want to save the Tree of Life as the end statement. This is like clearly sets the end statement. This of course increases replayability, that we can choose the other way in another game with a different critter. So let's join here. So we want to save the Tree of Life. That's a good
He was hoping
start.
you'd join them. You understand that there's no harm in doing. The Sifu was waiting for something to tip the balance in their favor, and with you by their side, he's
Yeah,
confident he
somehow
can
still
wreck
not
the other
totally
tribes.
sure that
The
the
one you should
small
go
critter
as
with
first
automatic
is the
rifle even
Jagweed
can
tribe.
tilt the balance in one way or the other.
Their kin
Alright.
have run out of options and found themselves backed into a corner, even though he wants you to focus. These are the new rival outposts your tribe needs to take control of.
Alright, so we want to take control of new outposts on the map. Looks like a strategy expansion.
He says you'll regret not being on their side. The only way you'll learn their secrets, Wung Fu and the tribe weapon now, is if you defeat him.
Alright, that will
And
never
that
happen.
will never happen.
He's quite
You
sure
both
of
have
himself.
gentle minds, so they want to wage a gentle war. A war that tells you not to be afraid. Your fate cannot be taken from you. Once you've dealt with the rivals' outposts, you'll challenge their seafood.
Alright,
Seeing you
we have
brings
to, in
back his
addition to
memories of
fighting the
old
actual
village.
problems, we have to fight the other
Remembers
tribes,
your
which is kind of
kind and
unsurprisingly not
and
much
can
works
sense you
correctly
still have it
in
you,
this world
the will
either.
to do good. Anyway, the memories you make with your family are strong and can sometimes come to life. Passing the
Alright. So we of course we run on all fours because it looks more impressive an exit. Alright.
says it's better to be holed up somewhere safe than to wander around at night.
Civilian says it's safer.
Says you're
Alright.
welcome back.
Still welcome back though. Alright, so then we need to pass through the cave. Alright, let's check the map. Yeah, so practically it comes back to the point where we chose which way to go. Alright, let's get through the cave and then save game there, and we have pretty much seen the beginning of the game and should be then ready to go for a raid and finish the night. Running is still pleasingly dynamic in this game.
This area was beautiful before the tribe war began. Look at it now. It's a
And
war
here
zone.
are the trenches. Right, apparently not in this direction or... Right, we went just a bit further than we should have, it seems. So let's off-road a bit. Somehow it looks like we want to be on a different level. At least didn't get stuck in the terrain, which is a good start. Looked like alright, stuck in the terrain. So we need to apparently take the turn here. This doesn't totally either look like the way to go. Mildly confused in the trenches, like how to get where we want to go, because it's like on a different level. Alright, there's like a door here also. If we look at the map, we are quite close, but it's like on a different level dimensionally. Quite a few meters of trenches. At least a different road here. Is this any more like, let's check the map. At least we are getting somewhere. Now we are very close to the water level, so
It's unusual that natural tunnels like this still exist.
let's see.
Most of them got flooded.
Right. We are climbing here, but kind of the overall waypoint is really unclear. Like we want to apparently cross over, but where? At least the sunrise looks very nice. And here we are again at the fortress, so let's save here and decide to try and find the way the next time, as it clearly is not quite as trivial as we thought. So let's see who we shall raid. Good 1 hour 45 minutes, so a good start for this game. Let's see who is playing what tonight, and of course if you have suggestions for who to raid, feel free to mention them in the chat also. Alright, Nero is still playing Power Wash Simulator, and that's pretty much it. And of course the Power Wash Simulator is also fun enough, so let's raid Nero and check they are still playing. We also did Power Wash Simulator a couple of times, so let's see If they are still playing, let's rate them and the power wash simulator. Yes, they seem to be looking at power washers. Great. So let's go for some power washing with the huskies. And have been told that you can't call them a musky husky or you get put on timeout, so do not try that. Alright, there we go. Thank you for joining and see you tomorrow. At least for one stream also tomorrow. It was great seeing you all and thank you for watching. And this game will also be a regular feature. Good night.